Hello everybody and welcome. It is my absolute pleasure to be launching this brand new one-day special brought to you by Studio Lights, designed by a very good friend of mine, the incredibly talented Lou Withers, who is a little bit nervous. What's going on, Lou?
I'm really nervous.
Lou, I've never seen you like this.
No, it's just really strange. I just feel, yeah, because there's so many good, I mean, looking round at all the people that do stuff, there's so much good stuff out there, you know. You've got to make sure that whatever you do is the best you can, and yeah, and hope that people like it. So yeah. Well,
look, can I just say, how can you not like what's on
you.
the show? Before we do anything else though, Mindful Moodling. We've got a lot of new viewers joining us from Crate and Craft.
Okay.
If they haven't seen you before, not aware of Mindful Moodling, because I know this is your second release from Mindful Moodling. So tell us about Mindful Moodling.
Well, it all goes back to mental health and issues that, you know, that perhaps you need something to calm yourself down, and that's how I felt with mine. So about 2 years ago, started COVID and stuff, or whatever we want to call it, I decided that I was going to go online and just have 10 minutes for everybody, just sitting down and doing a doodle. And it went on from there. So bringing my teaching background into it, I decided to sort of culminate the two. So mindful, as in making sure that it's good for you and making sure that you really do that. And moodle, because it's a mood and a doodle. So it was born from that, and it's just gone on and on and on, and it's accessible by everybody, whatever age you are, whatever you're doing, textiles, paint, paper, anything. And it's just about you taking time to sit down and just relax and chill and colour in if you want, anything. So basically that's where it's all come from, and this is the first collection. You know, I'm really happy to say it was really successful, and then this is a new one.
Release.
So
well, you've done it again. It is absolutely beautiful. Now I want to tell you what you're seeing on the screen right now, that is the complete collection. Remember the complete collection. As we do break down the one-day special, everything we're going to show you right now is in the complete. But we're 2 minutes into the show. You couldn't buy it before the show, so nearly 10% of the stock's already gone of the complete, which you can see here. We're approaching 10% of the stock there, so very, very busy for that. I'll show you the one-day special. Now, this was on pre-sale, and a lot of you did order ahead. So what you're getting here, the 2 stencils, the 2 incredible stamps to complement the stencils, and then you're getting the journal. Now, Lou, the journal has been specially made size-wise to match the stamps and the stencils. Yeah, and the actual journal covers and some of the images you'll see from some of my wonderful team came from a local monastery in Manchester called the Gorton Monastery, and it's the windows, and it was all about it. I sat there one day drawing, and it was like, look at those windows, and that's where it came from. And I thought, well, that's such a good pointer for this. But yeah, they're all 8 by 8. It's a great inches wide. I mean, it's a good size. You look at this, the size of the stencils, and also, can we just say, applaud you as well with the actual designs nested in the stencils and the stamps. It's like you've taken a magnified view of your subject, and that suddenly affords so many more possibilities. Colouring, we can do moodling within the designs as well. Absolutely, yeah. You can do your own thing in them. You can colour in them, paint in them, stitch in them, fabric paints, you name it. You don't have to have your own sort of way of doing it. You can do whatever you want. And I know lots of people have been switching between the two. We've got people, you know, just this is what I'm going to do, just show you how to colour it in. It's great for everybody, this. Great for everybody. There is so much potential within this release to colour in. Remember, you are getting the journal, you're getting the stamps. Wait till I'll show you this next one. And just to let you know, these are not DT members. These people here that have shown you work, some of them are DT, but some of them are friends of mine in my group, Junk Journals, and they've got them and coloured them in for me. So if you can produce that, the next piece you're going to do is get them better and better and better. And these now feel really confident doing it. I'm so proud of them. So proud of them. All right, Lou, I love it. I genuinely love it. That's a one-day special, personally. And it's whatever your budget can afford. If this is it, your one-day special, $28.98, if that suits your budget, fantastic. You're getting this beautiful, beautiful journal from Studio Light, exploring that mindful moodling. And I've got to tell you, 10% of the stock for the one-day special, the entire day stock gone already here. You're getting your 2 large stamps. I mean, look at the size of the stamps there. And you're getting the large stencils, the 8x8 stencils. All of the stamps and stencils are designed to fit perfectly with your journal. £28.98 is your price. Now you're saving £10. Do remember that £10 saving, because that £10 saving is carried across into our complete collection. And there is something so nice about a complete collection. So here we're going to look at the top pair. We're looking at the feathers. Yeah. These again, very pretty. You're getting the dies and the stamps. So first, just looking at those stamps. Now, will that die cut out so the stamp, they coordinate?
All of it, yeah, they all fit each other. And then what you can do is you can make your own small designs from these that match the big designs.
Wow.
So, yeah, you've got lots of options with this.
I mean, look, if you think about it, for an A5 stamp set, you're seeing here, for an A5 stamp set, put my hand shot, typically you'd be looking at what, £14 to £17 depending on brand, just for that stamps alone. And then you've got your die set in there as well. That die will correspond to the stamp that we're seeing here, £26.98. That is a great price. That £4 saving is carried across to the complete collection. Everything that I'm going to show you is featured in that complete collection. 310864, your item number there. As we just tilt our head down slowly, you can see we've got more for you. So another stamp and die duo. Yeah, this is beautiful. So we're looking at the Mindful Moodling, Imagine Your Florals and Follow Your Heart. Lou, it's something, you are such a down-to-earth, genuine person.
Thank you.
And you really are. You wear your heart on your sleeve. And what you see on TV is exactly Lou. This is Lou. Yeah, I like this. You do follow your heart, and you just, everything here, and I'm right in saying hand-drawn?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. There's nothing in there that belongs to anybody else.
Nice.
And if it is, no, if it looks similar, that's different, but it's not. Oh, but hand drawn.
What we know, you hand-draw everything.
Yeah, I hand-draw everything.
You take so much joy in these collections. Yeah, I really like that. That is beautiful. Let me just turn this around and show you, because on the packaging, you have got a little bit of inspiration. So if you just want a starting point, that's very pretty. This
one came from a live, one day live, you know, one of the Moodling lives, and I sit down and people join in with me, and it was so, it came out so nicely that I just tweaked it a little bit and put it into a stamp. It fits a bigger area. It looks more like an Indian design. It's got lots of cultural different elements to it.
I like the words down there as well.
Exactly, and the words all fit. But then, you know, then someone like Andrew Moore decided that he'd do what he does, and he made it into tissue paper and put it on a boot.
Oh wait, now let me have a look at that.
And you know, to say the stamp like that is then put on a boot, you just, wow, it's, I can't thank everybody enough. You have been absolutely amazing, guys, with the stuff you've done.
That's very pretty.
Now that is, he won't mind me saying, he got the boots from the charity shop and he's recycled them. So, yeah, and absolutely.
Who was this? It was
Andrew Moore.
Andrew Moore.
Andrew and Marcia, his wife, have helped out. So, yeah, I like the fact that it's 4 different things.
Now, was it a conscious decision of Andrew to pick floor manager Lewis's size?
Well, I tell you what, I had Charmaine asking what size he was.
He's had his eyes on it.
Absolutely.
Okay, so that's just showing you some of the possibilities. Lou, everything I'm seeing here, I'm loving.
Oh,
One day spent, no, genuine, I'm really hand on heart. I love it.
Thank you.
Okay, just bear in mind, £10 saving from the one day special. £4 saving, £4 saving, so that's a £18 saving there, nearly got it wrong. £18 saving. Come over here. Over here, we've got stamps and stencils. Now, once again, you can get these as a duo, or they are included in the complete collection. Same size, and this is important, as the journal. So within this, we've got our Moodles of Flowers. Love that. Moodles of Flowers and Moodle Builder. That should be a noun for a group of flowers, a moodle of flowers.
That's a nice name, that, Moodle of Flowers. A Moodle of Clouds.
Moodle of Clouds. Now, okay.
Here we go.
I'm going to say...
I'm off on now.
I'm going to say 2 words to you. Looking at this, what am I thinking, Lou? 2 words, something that we use time and time again. It's a plate that wibbles.
Wibble? What? Oh, jelly. Oh, I've got them all ready for
jelly
you.
Plates.
Jelly plate,
so imagine these.
It's all down here ready. Oh, they look brilliant.
Jelly plates.
They look brilliant on jelly plates.
Yeah, and I know that there are some sizes, they are 8x8 jelly plates. Perfect if you've got an 8x8 jelly plate.
And card and everything that is 8x8, it just fits perfectly.
Yeah. $19.98 for both of those.
Wow,
that is
that's
such
good.
a large stamp. That is incredible. Okay, 197042 item number if you want to go those, for these as a pair, or they're included in the complete. And down here we have, oh, that is stunning. Another stamp and stencil combo. I love the stamp. That stencil is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I've got to see some examples.
There's the stencil for the feather. I think there's a piece done where they've just took little elements. Now, all I did for that was just to show you what it looks like with campfire and patina. And look at the colours. So one of the girls, Emma, has just took the flower out of it and made an amazing card with it. So I've doodled in mine, which is completely different to it.
Oh. We'll get a shot of that.
No, it's all right. I'll show you all later. But it's
looks,
just...
Yeah, you can totally transform it. I've got 2 words for you. I keep saying this. I've already said it's 2 words. But imagine, OK, let me change track, crackling that. Get your crackles on there.
Paper
would look
piecing.
amazing.
Can you imagine? All you have to do is put that onto fabric, go over with fabric paint, stitch the lines in, you're done.
Yeah.
Draw the lines,
That's
paint the
one
lines.
thing we were very conscious of as well. Where's that bag gone? There was a bag behind it. Ah, all right. I just want to show you.
This is
we
amazing.
are going to show you the complete collection.
Look at this.
This is a set, and I was chatting to Lou, and I have to say, Lou was incredibly nervous before this. She should not have been nervous because she's such an incredible designer. What you're getting as part of the complete, and the majority of you are going for the complete collection. I do not blame you. I can tell you that. Oh, Lou. We're 12 minutes into show of the complete. Are you on talkback?
Nope.
Okay.
No.
If I was to tell you 10% of the complete had gone.
Wow, that's a lot.
In 12 minutes, right? That's good.
That's 1% a minute.
I know. It's not, though. I'm sorry. I mean, but that would have been good, right? It's not. 25% of the stock. 25% of the stock is gone. I know, right? Look, bless you. But you deserve it.
Don't make me cry.
Ah, Lou. Now, the reason why I was talking about this, it is very personal to Lou, and she was telling me before the start of the show, she said, it's not just the paper. Imagine this with your fabrics. So getting all these beautiful designs onto your fabrics. Yeah, come on. How beautiful is that? Really, really nice. So we can do that. Of course, we can explore paper crafting as well. So just to get rid of some housekeeping, if I drop this down. So we had the savings. Now, all the savings, that £18 saving with the one-day special and the individual options, that's been carried over. And then additional £32. So a £32 saving, £18 already carried through. So that is a total saving of... Wait, I could do this. £50. Yeah, there we go. £50. So total saving of £50 there. When you think about that, £50 saving. We've got our flexi payments in here too. So if we split that price across 3 ways, $39.96. $39.96 for everything. You are going to get all the stamps, all the stencils, the journal, the dies, everything here. I've got to tell you that nearly 1/3 of the stock is gone in the launch hour. 13 minutes in. What are we going to do? I think about time we have a little bit of a play, so I'm going to hand over to Lou in just a moment. We're sorting out Lou's mic, and I'm about to cough. Sorry, excuse me for one moment. I'm just going to have to cough. I'm sorry. You didn't hear it? Okay, that was good. Well done. It was a quiet cough. We're going to show you a few of the images. Let me just hand some of these up because they are stunning. So when we talk about moodling, take a look at this. So this is moodling at its absolute best. Isn't that nice? Lou, I'm going to have to hand to you because I need a sip of drink.
Yeah,
so Lou, should we get playing?
I'm all ready now. I'm all ready now.
Let's do it.
Right, well, I want to show you a little bit about the journal because we're not, you know, I just want it quickly. I won't take too much time. But the journal has come from Gort Monastery, and it's the windows. And I just thought it was a really nice way of sort of looking at pattern and decoration. And I just love the bright colours. So that was the inspiration for it. But just to clarify that in the journal itself, I've run out of paper now. They should have given me more paper, come on. You get your little packet as normal, but what you also get, you know, for your bits and bobs, all these stencils are made to fit in your journal. So they've all got a hole there and there, and they're all made to go in. So these go with you where you go journaling, wherever you want to take that, you can take them with you. Because I was conscious that all my stuff keeps dropping out. Yeah. So I said, I need them to be put in there.
I mean, the journal in itself, and will it come with the pocket on the front, the little poly pocket?
Oh, yeah, it comes with the poly, and 10 sheets in it. So you get your sheets to start.
Perfect.
And, you know, and I do use it all the time.
Oh, OK, stop. Go back to, let's see, what was that you just showed? No, back. Yeah, there. Stop right there.
Well, all I've done is stamp.
Well, this is mindful moodling.
Yes.
So this is what we're talking about, mindful moodling. Stamp out, you can do as little as much as you like, but that heart is stunning.
Well, I decided I just wanted to sort of colour on tray, and I don't want to mess about one day, I wanted to colour. So I did the same with another piece with just coloured paper. So coloured paper on different colours background, cutting that out. So, and I've done all these bits to show you that, these are bits in process of working. I draw on it. I got another one here, quite Art Deco one, this. Yeah. And then I did just stamp this one out.
That's pretty.
So, and I've done it with coloured pencils, use the word. And this is one of my favourites because it's got lots of scope with it, hardly any colour, but I've just put a few more dots in it. And then what I've done is I wanted to show you some little elements.
Oh, this is what you were saying, because I held up one and you said this was it with moodling.
Well, this is it, because when I've got my stamp here, and then, sorry, my stencil, if I've got my stencil just there, and then I put that with it, you can see that that's how I've done that.
Yeah, that's really pretty. But then
I was thinking you could paper piece that, or you could just, in those lines that you've got with colour, do some drawings in it. So I've done some tangles in. So all these elements sort of all cross over together, and the die cuts all fit together as well. So, and you can see that, you know, the pages are massive. I love the size of the pages. It's not watercolour paper, it's mixed media paper, but it takes a lot of abuse from me. So that's what I wanted to show you. So all these die cuts that we've got, the die cut in these, like you get, I've got them all set out in a little bag here, ready for you. But you get the background and you get two that fit together. So the dies actually look like that.
Okay, so I know we're talking about a complete collection, but for me, I would be using that on all my gifts. That's just the perfect gift tag.
Well, all these little bubbly bits and things like that all join in with the stamps, the stencils, and everything else that you've got from the group as well, you know, from my collections.
And is this the feather die?
This is a feather die.
Lou, so, that is lovely.
And it stamps like that as well. And what you do get, just let me... I didn't have the Polly Pocket on before, so this is why they're in here. That's why that is so important when you get that. Now, even the waist is good. So, wanted to show you that you get the actual background as well. There it is. So I did that in like a gunmetal, and then the black goes over it. Yeah. So you can see all the detail, all the stitching marks that you can use.
Well, imagine you could create your own paper very easily by blending or brush shows or whatever, or explosion powders, and then die cut out. So create your backgrounds, mopping up. It's a good one to mop up your papers, and then just die cut. The feathers would look fantastic.
All you need, that's all you need, and it works very similar to that. So I won't take ages, but those are the little tags. We get the heart that comes with it, and you get all the hearts that fit in that as well. So you get a heart that goes around it, you get another one that fits in between, so you get a range of hearts. You get one of my favourites, which is this curly one that goes with the stencil, the shell stencil. So you've got even these little bits for your ring, binder, your album binder, they all fit together. And even these pieces, take little elements and use them as separate items. We've got the word today. We've got these little elements here. We call them dangles. And you don't need to have it in your semicircle. Just chop them off and have them hanging off the words. So if I wanted this heart, I will show you this later. I'm just trying to give people lots of ideas that they can use. So you can you know, just put them along and have them all dangled, or you could do whatever you want, so you don't need to keep them that.
Beautiful quality. Lou, I've got to stop you. Another big update, I'm afraid. This is stock with the Complete, and I have to say, majority of you are going for the Complete. And I know how busy when Lou's first release of the Moodling launched, it broke records. It was really busy. We did, genuinely, we tried to up our stock levels to ensure we had enough covered. 40% of the stock's gone for the whole day. That's stock that's meant to last until 6 tomorrow. So 40% of the Complete collection has gone. That includes the journal. We've just seen how great that journal is. And all of the stamps, all of the stencils are designed, the 8x8s are designed to fit perfectly within that journal. I do want to point out, you're not saving £32, you're actually saving £50 because you've got £18 already factored in to your saving as well. So that's from individual options. So we're saving £50. Your first flexi payment is £39.96 for everything that you're seeing in here. All these beautiful stamps, these stencils, it's so big, we can't get it all in one shot. So you're getting 23 stamps. But when we say stamps, 23 stamps, that is one stamp. That's an 8x8 stamp. Look at that. By the way, if you are worried that you don't have an acrylic block to fit that, we have got acrylic blocks for those 8x8s. They're at the bottom of your screen, $14.99, but then they will be split. Your flexi payment, they'll be included if you do add them into your order, so it'll be £5 today for your stamping blocks as well. It's the same size as the stamps. We've got the stencils as well, which are breathtakingly good. The stencils, get them on your jelly plates. Imagine your texture paste through there, crackle as well. All your mediums, spraying, spritzing, inking. The stencils are stunning. So we're getting all the stamps, all the stencils. If you just look down there, you're seeing more stencils, more stamps. I mean, there is something for everyone. And the Complete collection, I understand, and we've got the dies over here as well, which we were just taking a look at, the feather dies and the tags with the stamps. So you've got the coordinating stamps, 19 dies. Then you've got your feather stamps and flowers. And just down here, we've got more dies and more stamps. So that's a Complete collection. Now, if the Complete collection is a little bit outside of your budget, we do have the one-day special. I'm just going to show you the one-day special. It includes the journal in here as well, 2 stencils and 2 8x8 stamps. £10 saving, but do you know what I would say? And you have got freedom too, taking your price down to £26.08. £15.79 the saving there. Do you know what I'd be thinking though? £26 for your one-day special, first flexi. Okay, that's good. That is very, very good for what we're getting here. That's exceptional. But for £39 and some change, so as opposed to 26, so what, just over £10 more there, well, it was about £13, you get the Complete collection. So not just the one-day special, $39.96, you're going to get everything on the counter in front of me. It's $13.88 more. So, you know, you've got to think. One-day special, first flexi payment 26, or £13 more, then you can get first flexi payment is the Complete collection. But I've got to point out that's the first of 3 flexi payments. Okay, enough from me, but I just need to get across. We are very, very busy. 40% of the day's stock has gone. My goodness, Lou.
Wow. A lot of people will be looking at this stamp and feeling quite worried. Please don't be. Every one of the samples I've made for the show and in my own journal, I've not used a block. There are blocks there, but because I didn't have one, simple as that. I didn't have a block, so the blocks are brand new. So I wanted to show you just how simple. So if you haven't got a block, please do not worry. I've just put this and I've left it on the carrier. Now it's really important that just leave it on the carrier like that, and keep the other carrier, like your gel plates, keep them there, you know, keep them safe. And then all I do is, there's 2 ways of doing it. You can put the stamp on or you can put the paper on. Okay. So it's actually big enough for you to do either, and it's horses for courses. It's entirely up to you. Now, I was using this for paper casting yesterday, which I'm going to show you in a little bit. So there might be blobs missing, but it actually adds to it. So I've got this paper now, and I think, oh wow, That's way too big for me. But if I show you how easy it is, just seriously, I've got my paper now. In fact, I'll just use one because it'll slide all over. Take one piece of paper. I'm going to use corner to corner like that. Yeah. So I've got the weight there, and I'm just going to drop down. I'm just going to put a flat hand across. I just give it a light rub because it's got lots of big areas here. Now, it's going to be really hard for you to ink in that because it's so deeply etched, and we've done that on purpose. But if you start going like that, you might get ink in there. Okay. There we go, done.
Wow.
So that's perfectly stamped. So there's the other way of stamping. I'll do another one just to show you that it's not a fluke. The other way is really easy, and I'm going to colour them in, don't worry.
That is perfect.
It is. And I'm using a really juicy, and if there's going to be a mistake, it'll be with this ink pad because it's a new one. And I'm just going to quickly do this one. Just take your time. If you want a lesser image or a multicoloured image, which I'm going to show you in a minute, you know, just choose the colours where you want them. Start with your light. So I'm going to take another piece of paper. This time, I'm going to go the opposite way. So you might want to go paper down. Now, that felt like it moved, so it might have moved. But let's see if it has. If not, I want to show you both ways, just in case.
Okay.
Oh, no, it didn't. There we go. Perfect. So there's no issue.
But if you did want to use acrylic block, we have got one on the show. I will just highlight to you because I've got it here in the studio. So $14.99, details at the bottom of your screen, $14.99. But you are able to spread those payments. So if you are going for the complete collection or the one-day special, add this into your order, and then you can add it to your flexi buys.
The reason I didn't, I didn't want to sort of worry people is it's easier with a block. I'll put my hands up and say, of course, it's going to be easier with the block. Well, I don't want to sort of keep those people who don't have one out. I have done these. Ask all the girls, they haven't had them. The same stamp here, I have done on. I used a black. No, I didn't. It was brown, I think. A brown paper, ink, and all I've done is follow the black lines with stitches. So it's the same stamp on fabric. So again, that's ready now to go in. That'll go in a frame, as is. Any colour house, it'd be great. I know it'd be great in Lewis's house because there's colours. But you know, you don't even have to do it on paper. You can do it on fabric. But then let's show you just some colour. So I'll choose this one because it's nice. Now
it screams. So one thing that strikes me, if you love your colours, so whether it is your alcohol markers or your pencils or your watercolours.
Look at these by Denise, alcohol colours. Yeah. Fell in love with them. And this is on paper. Thank you, Denise. Thank you for everybody, guys. But look, alcohol pens.
Just screams for colour.
Absolutely.
You've offered us so much space, whether we do want to do more moodling in there or colour.
I didn't want to make it tiny so that you couldn't do your own thing in it. I wanted you to say, right, let me make it my own. So I'm just going to put some colour on here. Let's go for it. So if you wanted to make a really nice little, now this is well, I hope it is, watercolour paper. If you wanted to make a nice little colouring book for somebody at heart, you know.
That's a nice idea. It's
great because what they can do is you can do it in watercolour inks, you can do it in paints, you can do it in anything, but what they can do is do each one differently, and it is so quick and easy to do. And you can't actually, this sounds a bit thingy this, but you can't get it wrong. They're laughing now. Is it because I've gone out of my marks? He's laughing at me.
No, Lou, I'm not sure. The show is very, very busy.
Oh, right, that's okay then.
We're over 40% of the stock, and the team, we're just very happy for you.
So
they were doing sound effects in my ear to the point just saying,
sorry. Right. I'm like that thinking, oh, here we go.
No, absolutely wasn't. But do you know, actually, one thing I do want to point out, can I just say a huge thank you to everybody who's emailed in.
Wow, thank you.
We could actually fill the whole hour just with your emails alone, so we're not going to be able to get through all those emails, but I will make sure that Lou gets them all passed on to her. But the general theme, Lou, a lot of people saying, and a lot of you are saying this, so thank you so much for emailing in, that you're an inspiration, especially over the last couple of years. lockdown, your true inspiration, help people get going, especially when we all felt quite isolated. So, you know, that's the whole point. This came from a very altruistic and a very positive place, because you genuinely wanted to help people at home.
Yeah,
a lot of us felt like that. We're isolated.
Absolutely.
We lived in a time we never thought we'd ever see.
Well, it was like a film, wasn't it? It was like some sort of strange science fiction film that we were actually living in, and I know that if I was thinking that, I wouldn't be the only one. But yeah, it also gave me back what I love doing, which is teaching, and it made me sort of inspired to see what people did. Right. And I was just over the moon. So yeah, it's come from a really good place, and you know, I thought it'd have run its way, or it'd be, what's the word, run its course, but no, it's just getting stronger and stronger. So
I think the world needs moodling,
it
genuinely.
Does. It
because
really
there just seems so much doom and gloom out there, and this is your chance to invest in time in yourself, take some time to enjoy your crafting and find that peacefulness. Just to recap, because I know we are halfway through the show. Anyone who missed the start of the show, tell us moodling, sum up moodling to you. Where did it come from?
Moodling is, I'm quite open, and this is nothing to do with anybody else. It's, you know, I'm not making a point of it. I'm not a doctor or anything, but I do suffer with depression, and I need to take myself, sit down and concentrate on this. So this was a really good way of me using what we call CBT, cognitive behaviour therapy, where I take time out for myself. And this wasn't for anybody else, but I just thought, well, if it helps me to calm down, not medically, but if it helps me to calm down, it might make other people feel a bit better just colouring. Yeah. And I knew from working schools as well that it works. So I introduced it, and people loved it. But at the end of the day, if you do suffer with things like that, it's best to go and see somebody. But if you do need time out,
I think we all do. You know, there's just stress. Life can get stressy.
It can, and you know, and we hide a bit from it, actually. Yeah. We're a bit too easy to say, oh, can't say this, can't say that. And yeah, we you know, we have to be careful, but at the end of the day, life is very fast. Yeah. And, you know, we need to calm down a little bit and prioritise, and sometimes just having 10 minutes in a day is all you need. That might be all you need, just to calm down a little bit, or unstress, walk the dog, or whatever it is, but time.
Look, all I will say, and we want to stress, we're not making any medical claims.
No, not at all.
But in saying that, Lou can relate to this, I can relate to it, I think everyone can relate to the fact that crafting, I think the reason what draws us to crafting, it's enjoyable, but it calms you down. You can set, especially something like this, with the moodling, the mindful moodling, it's your time to yourself, that escapism, you can just switch off and just enjoy the moment. And we all need that, because life can get stressy. Get away from the news. I tell you, driving in, listening to the news, it's just so depressing.
Well, I've started to stop, because I found when I got on the computer, it was like 5 minutes in, I could feel my mood change, and I thought, no, you know, I don't want to stick my head in the mud and think I don't want to know about it, but I certainly don't want it to be everything that drags me down during the day. We need to know things, but not at the point of our own. So you can see I've put a little bit of colour on there, hardly any, and it's already half done. But in here, if I wanted to, and I wanted to just put in some elements, like just a little bit of colour, so I'll just put a tiny bit there, just to show you what I've done in my book. I don't want to colour it all, I just want it to give it a little bit of, say, watercolour effect. I'm using a blue here, and all I'm going to do, tiny bit on, and I'm just going to do it could be any colour in your house, it could be the main colour in your living room, your bathroom, anywhere, and all you're going to do is use that colour as a watercolour at the edge. And now I could do the whole image like that, and I've got a really beautiful finished piece of work. Now I want to show you some other things that you can do. This is entirely different. And this is the same stamp, but with toilet paper.
Oh, okay. Let's have a look. What?
And that's the stencil that I did. So I did some paper casting, and if you wanted to make it three-dimensional...
No, that looks great.
Oh, it's so easy to do.
Looks like you used air-dry clay.
It's actually not. It's toilet paper. And I did it yesterday, and I just wanted to show you that if you wanted to build up these areas, this is a brilliant way of doing it, because if you put this into your stamp, and I'll show you how to do it, then Rachel's done one where she's painted it black and put a wax on. But with this, what we can do is pick out, say, I'll show you what I mean, and then it makes it life easier. I've picked this one out because it's on the top.
Nice.
So out of all of them, you choose the one you want. But remember, that is the whole one, so it goes from there. If you want to extend this, all you need to do is get the other stamps, and these smaller ones will extend out, and you'll find that there's a stamp for each one. So this little one is the same as the big one, it's just smaller. So you can extend it. So here we took this one, and I want to make it three-dimensional. So all I've done is I've used the paper casting technique, which I'll show you, but bear in mind it's water PVA, so any colour, any water, excess water will sort of mould it. So I just wanted to show you what you can do. So you can pick the one element you want, put a little bit of colour on this. Now with this having a watercolour, a water-based product in it, it actually works like watercolour. So what I can do now is just bring a little bit of colour into that, put a little bit on here and then mix in some more, and we can get a really, really smart effect. And this is paper casting, but taking the stamp and making it more 3D. Now, I know people can do this. I'm not the first to do it, and it's been around for ages, but I just thought if people see this then, and the amount of options it gets, you know, they'll think, oh wow, you can do this, you can do this. Or we've got Emma who's done the pyrography with it. She's made a beautiful coaster with just one element. And then we've got somebody who's done, I can't remember who they are, guys, but I know somebody who's just done, Karen's done tiny little pieces of each stamp, and the way she's done them is phenomenal. It really is. It doesn't look like the same stamp. So again, using what you've got, if you like your felt tips, your colour pens, pencil crayons, works brilliant. But if I was to just bring that back now and just show you that you've got this, you get a pair of scissors, and all you need to do then, you can use I've got air dry clay ready to show you another. I had a great couple of hours the other day with my friend Rachel. She'd got the set, and from Studio Light, and she was, we were having a play and she was showing me these three-dimensional techniques, and I sat there and I'm sure I was dribbling, dribbling, watching her, but 2 hours of absolute intense artwork, and I just got all these ideas off her, so thank you very much, and I loved it. All you have to do then is find out where your stamp goes, and then you can build all these up. You can make these, actually, you can bend these round and make them into 3D flowers, because these flowers are big enough. You can't do it with a smaller flower. It's not, well, you can, but you won't get that depth.
The effect.
Yeah. But
Luke, we're halfway through the show. Would you mind if I have a quick recap?
Oh, no, by all means, no, I'll
again,
finish
thank
this.
you so much for all the lovely messages coming in.
Oh, thank
you. The complete collection is where everybody is going at the moment, the majority of you, the vast majority. So we're going to leave the details for the complete collection. Over 40% of the stock's gone. I'm going to break this down for you because that picture does not do it justice. It's a great picture, but when you consider the size and scale of what you're getting, and also the savings. So I will show you. Here, this is the complete collection. One day special now. One day special, you're saving £10. And nearly 20% of the stock's gone here. So within the one day special, you're getting this phenomenal journal. It does come with the Poly Pocket as well, and the 10 mixed media pages, 8x8 10 mixed media pages. This journal is designed, it's made specifically for this release. So you see the size, so it coordinates perfectly in size-wise to the stencils, the 8x8 stencils, and the 8x8 stamps that you're seeing here. So this is your one day special. £28.98, saving £10. That £28.98 is your first flexi payment. If you are a Freedom member, you save even more. Your price comes down to £26.08 as your first flexi, and of course your P&P is included. Let me just show you why this is such a fantastic release. So the size instantly, and the space that Lou affords in a design. So if you want to inject colour, if you want to put further detail, that is absolutely up to you. I know Lou is so passionate about letting you loose in exploring so many avenues of creativity. So if you do want to use this onto fabric, that is just a beautiful piece. Or how about this? Now come on, colour, colour, colour. It just absolutely screams to be brought to life through colour. And again, looking at the design, so you've got those beautiful, beautiful flowers. That is stunning as well. So these are the two large stamps that you're getting, your 8x8 stamps, that beautiful heart in the mix as well. Then you've got the stencils too. So don't forget you've got those fantastic stencils there as well. So that's your one-day special. And I love the journal too. The whole tone of the journal, that kind of sets the pace for the whole release, whether it's a one-day special or the complete collection. So that's your one-day special. But as part of the complete collection, you are getting so much more. We're going to have a look at our stamps and dies. We had a little peek at these earlier on. So within your stamps and dies, firstly, look at the size of that stamp set. Look at that. So just put my hand in shot to give you a sense of scale. So nearly 20% of the stock's gone here. If you just wanted to buy these as a duo, you've got the coordinating die with the feather die with that feather stamp. All those other stamps. Now this is an important set because Lou's designed this, so why going for the complete, in my view, is the way to go. Because all of these stamps here are designed to let you extend. If I just show you here, this is the stamp from our one-day special, but do you see how you've got flowers? Although on a smaller scale, they're designed to help you extend other stamps in the collection. So you're getting that. The tag is stunning. We've had a look at this. It's just a beautiful tag with that raggedy edge that again reflects the stamps. So £4 saving here, 301864 your item number. Then we have underneath, we've got our florals and our follow heart. So dies and stamps. Have a look at that. I mean, seriously, that is an epic stamp. There is so much going on there, beautiful in itself. But then when you couple it up with all the other elements, the worker stamps going on there too, the sentiments, the borders, all of that, and you get the dies in the mix as well, all of those dies, $26.98 is a very, very good price. And I have to say, Studio Light, they really do afford such great value. So that's another option if you want to go that as a duo, £4 saving. So what we've had, £4 saving here, £4 saving here, £10 saving here. Remember those because that will come into effect with the complete collection. All those savings have been carried across. Now we've got a stamp and stencil collection for you, duo. So you're getting both of these. Got to point out, not to sound like a broken record, the size is really important here because the size is works perfectly to go with your journal. So remember, all of this release is designed to work together, so these are screaming to be used in your journal. And if I turn this around and just show you, having a look there, look at that for colour. So you've got the inspiration on the packaging. I mean, that is beautiful. It absolutely screams for colour. And then just underneath, I'll show you here, we've got another breathtakingly good stamp and stencil there too. $19.98 your price if you want to go for those. Complete collection is where majority of you are going. Now with the complete collection, you are saving £32, but then on top of that, you've got all the savings that you've seen already. So it's a £50 saving with, so £50 saving there, and you're getting the 3 flexi payments as well. We are over 40% of the stock. Look at your first flexi payment, $39.96. Now let me show you something, because this is where you could go. So journaling, card making, I think it might be like that. Or how about, let me just show you here. Look at that, right? So there is so much we could be doing here, so many directions we can go in. What about focusing in on something a little bit smaller? Getting all your mediums out there. I mean, I'm trying to show examples that we haven't already seen. That is just such a beautiful piece. You have got scope within this collection. You are going to do so many techniques, and that is the point. It screams for techniques. You've got that space, and that's so important. And Lou's very clever in her designs because she's deliberately given you so much open space. That is your space. that space where you can do some doodling, moodling in there. Equally, you can go in with your different texture paste as well with your stencils. So very busy for our complete collection. If you do want to go for your complete, 310356. Can I just also draw your attention to the acrylic block? Just going to hold this up. So the acrylic block is proving very popular. Now, if you don't currently have a stamp block big enough to deal with the 8x8 stamps, don't worry. We've got this. Nearly 20% of the stock, though, has gone. $14.99 is your price. But if you were to add this into your flexi payment with the complete, it would only be £5, so you can spread the cost over 3 months. 635-562. Lou, I'm just having a look at the clock. You've got about 10 minutes.
Oh, brilliant. I've got loads of technique.
Brilliant.
Loads. The first thing, just to draw your attention, is that there's a couple of them. This one works tandem together, so you'll see that it fits exactly on top of that. Right. So this only allows you to do sort of mess around and do a little bit of colouring and do all what you want. So I'll show you what I mean. I've got another one there that I've just started, but basically you can stamp it your way. Use the block if you wish. I'm just going to stamp it out and show you again. Different ways of working with this.
And it's so nice having the journal, so whether you go for the one-day special or the complete, you are going to be getting that journal. So you've got then the space to build up, and it could be a techniques book, an art journal.
It's such a, it's a nice size. It's not too tall. It's like enough size for your handbag, but not a huge handbag. A medium-sized handbag it'd fit in, and it's great. It just fits in there, and because it fits into the binder part with your stencils, it means that they're not dropping out, because I end up picking my sketchbook out of my handbag and it all comes out. So I'm loving the fact that it goes inside. So I've got that. Then what we can do is you can work all your stencils together if you wish, but I've got this one here. Now, this is Versaclear, so this takes a little bit of time to dry, but all you do then is marry up what you've got there. So if you are finding that you don't want to perhaps colour in, some people find it really difficult to use colour or to do certain colouring, and I thought this was a really great way of sort of making it accessible with your distress inks.
I've been using my brushes as well, Lou. These are great if you've got those blending brushes at home.
Absolutely, really nice we've got the blending, it'll work with them, or the finger daubers, it'll work with them, so your blending brushes. Now, what I would suggest is, if you are going to do this, I just put a little bit of tape on it. So, as you can see, the areas there, just folding down. Now you do get a really nice line round this, like an edge, which is a super edge, because this allows you to draw that line in, and then that becomes your layers. So if you want to do a layer, you can draw a line in that there and cut one piece of colour that size, and then your next layer to the edge of this, and you've got another side, so you could do 2 or 3 layers. So I'm just going to put in some little bits of colour over the stencil itself. And you don't have to worry too much about the others then, because it's actually all protected by the stencil, whereas normally you'd be worried about trying to get a bit too neat. So I'm just going to go for it here. I'm going to use some nice colours here. I'm going to use this olive. It's one of my favourite colours at the moment. And I'm just going to put just a tiny bit of colour in there. And then I think what I have done in the past is I've tried to start with really detailed work, and by the end of it, I've got bored of doing it. So this is one of the stencils that made me think, no, well, this time, because it's got all this black and it's covered up, I won't be that bored of it, and it will be detailed and nice. So I think it's come out of necessity, this. I must admit, me being really lazy. So just going to put that on. Oh, it's so satisfying. Really is, because it's like super fast colouring in. It really is. You don't need to be neat. You don't need to do much. It does it all for you. So here I'm just going to go in. I'm going to look for a bit of orange. Now, normally, how hard would that be to be? You'd be like, each one would be colouring in. But don't forget, this isn't where it ends. you can build up to your next layer on.
Yeah.
So I could add pencils on this and then watercolours. And so if you want to, I tend to work watercolour, pencils, watercolour pencils. You can do it with this.
So look, I'm thinking the prints we're going to be able to pull from our jelly plates are going to be phenomenal.
The jelly plates are brilliant with this. I've got loads planned for that.
Screaming to be using in jelly plates, but equally, think about your inks. All those beautiful inks that you might have at home, just spritzing your inks through. Again, blending right now. So I was talking about inks in bottles, but blending your inks. So from your ink pads, we can do that. You can use our texture mediums, crackle. Now, can you imagine putting a crackle through all that beautiful detail and the effects you're going to get?
Well, you see, this is it, and we've all got these distress inks, but to use them in this way is quite hard because you don't often get a stamp and a stencil matching in this way. So you'd have to sort of put them on here and paint with them, whereas this really does, it really does open things up. But if I want to, I'll leave this for one day and then the next day come back to it and then do a doodle or a moodle on it. So I'm just going to do a couple of really basic colours. It's basically what I've got here. Not concentrating because I am going to work on top of this and just show you that how fast it is, and plus you'll get a tiny bit of a white line, which I love. I love that. Underneath here you'll see that some of the ladies on theirs have gone a little bit darker, and the reason for that is it gives it a bit of shadow.
Oh, nice.
It's very, very simple to do.
Yeah.
I'm going to change the colour up and then we'll pull this off and just see what it looks like.
Okay.
So yeah, I've got the paper casting one is so cool to watch. It's just so easy. I've got it half done, but yeah, and don't forget you can blend your colours together. You know, you don't have to use a watercolour technique to do that. You can just blend them together actually on your paper rather than trying to mix them into a paint colour. So just put that on there. Go back in with a little bit of orange there. No,
it's interesting, adding the colour, you've just brought that image to life. You really focused the eye into certain areas. Well,
and it's so simple to do, and it's not me being clever, honestly. It's just the fact that I've thought, right, well, I'll use that there and that there, and I've got the protection of the stencil over the stamp work, and that really does make a difference because you're a bit more, you're not, how can I put it? You're not tentative, and sometimes when you're tentative, you can be a bit, your work can look a bit like that, whereas now you can start to really work it up. Nice. So we've got these colours. I can add as much as I want. I can go in with more colours, but the nice thing is if I want to add more to that in a bit, I'll just put the stencil back on. So there's a tiny bit here I've just got to do, and then there we go, and I'll just pull it off and show you. Okay. There we go.
Oh, that's nice.
That looks like a proper print, doesn't it? So we've got this little tiny edge that just shows you, but then you can go in with your pens and your pencils. Now, if I want to put a little bit more colour in, I'll just show you in one edge what it looks like with a little bit more colour. You get more depth, and I'll show you these lines, what they look like. You'll see them more now. You can just see how they leave that lovely edge. So plenty of room for you to do whatever you need to.
Nice.
I really like the idea of that.
What we got, you've got so many possibilities and different techniques with the stencils, with the dies, with the stamps. It's the size, it's the design.
Yeah.
Lou, I'm very conscious of the fact, could we have a quick peek just for time? You know, you showed your journal.
Yeah,
could you just let us have a peek again, just to show us, because you've done some beautiful moodling in there.
Oh, yeah, of course I can, yeah,
and
no
kind
problem.
of concept. Oh, by the way, anyone who's tuning in, maybe it's your first time seeing Lou and Mindful Moodling, we've got to give a shout out to the group, and I want you to do this on every hour. So if you do want to join Lou, it's an absolutely free group to join on Facebook. It's Mindful Moodling.
Yep, and it's mixed media and junk journals are mindful mixed media, and we do mindful moodling as well. It's another part of the group. So yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, just to show you that you do get a pocket in your journal, and you do get your zippy bag, which I put all my die cuts in, and I'll be building pages as I go. The stencils are all made to fit in, so they'll be coming later.
Oh, tease.
Yeah, tease. So here, this is what I tend to do, ready. I mean, these don't actually, they're not made to fit in there, but they actually will fit in. These are all done embossing. These are the feather stamps. Now, I've got these ready. I like to colour them in. and then cut them out when I'm ready to use them. So I might not want to use them straight off. And then these are like parts of papers that I've done because I've really liked, that's a background paper anyway. So, yep, the tags, I've done a love tag there, which is, it's hard to see, I'll put something behind it. You can see the edge, it works with plain tags and all sorts of different tags.
Oh, that's pretty.
And I've used the edges here to create those little lines, so that's that. This one is the stained glass window on black paper.
Wow.
And just a white pen. So you can do whatever you want. The next one I particularly like. This is the shell.
Well, it looks a bit like a fossil. It's got that fossil feel to it.
That's exactly what I wanted, yeah. So there's an artist called Goldsworthy, and he makes artwork in situ. So he'll get coloured leaves and then make these, like, they look amazing, like pictures, but they're actually just where he's been, he's using materials. On one of them, he's done this sort of thing on a beach, and it just inspired me to do this. And all it is little white lines with a pen, and it just shows you that you've got inspiration at home. You might have ideas, you might have things that inspire you. Put them in your drawings. It's so simple to do. Again, use them. This is a Moodle I did the other day online. The paper's there for you to use. You can make your own. What I could do now is when I'm doing my moodling or your own drawing, I could add all my little stamps around it and extend it out. So I don't just have to have these stamps. I could use stamps and then build up others with the stamps from the day if I don't want the big ones. This is the lovely one I did with the feather, and you can see it's got lots of dangles on it and things. I didn't want to put colour on it. It does need it, but I didn't want to. See, that's the beauty of this. What you do what you do on that day, leave it and go to the next day.
Lou,
and then try something else.
Time's beaten us, I'm so sorry.
Oh, wow.
I can tell you that we are approaching half the stock. So nearly half the stock of the complete collection, the stock that's meant to last until 6 tomorrow, has gone. So really, really busy. We've also got the one-day special as well. Whichever option you go for, there are no bad choices here. This is your heart of the release, the journal. So whether you go for the one-day special or the complete collection, you get the journal, and then you're going to use the stamps and the stencils, which have been designed to fit your 8x8 journal. So they are incredible, and they are wonderfully imagined by Lou. Lou, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Beautiful release. You've done so well. Thank you.
I'm so happy everyone is liking it.
Thank you, guys.